Area firefighters are still trying to put out the fire at a railroad tie yard on the south end of Bainbridge Street after they were at it for nearly 22 hours yesterday.
Now, earlier this evening, the town of Campbell Fire Chief shared some updates during a news conference. News 19's Crystal Flintrop was there and joins us now live from Town Hall. Crystal, what can you tell us?
Well, Dustin, I'm here where Fire Chief Nate Melby just wrapped up that news conference, and he has confirmed that there are no injuries and no fatalities related to yesterday's fire. And now he's going to join us now just to share a little bit more information. Thanks for sticking around to talk with us. So I guess just to start off, recap what you guys had to do last night to get to a point where you could leave.
So we had to make sure that all of the firefighting was complete, the fire was out. We tried to make sure all the flare-ups and hot spots were put out, and as much as we could with that load of fuel, make sure it was in a safe condition for us to leave. When we had everything put out, we worked with Omaha Track, and their company put a fire watch on site for us, where they had someone on site watching through the night, and just to make sure the conditions didn't deteriorate.
Now, I stopped out there this morning, and there was still some smoke going. Can you just describe the scene and kind of what needs to be done next?
Yeah, so the next steps, the Omaha Track, it's their scene now, and so they have started to move material around, and they're making sure that if they do see anything that is still smoldering, that they're spreading it out or taking care of it, and they'll continue to do that and clean up the site from this point.
Now, we've talked a lot about mutual aid response for this, and you were telling me that over 50 firefighters reported to the scene yesterday. At what point did you feel the need to call for mutual aid?
Yeah, so we used mutual aid in a lot of different ways, but in that particular operation, it was about the access to the equipment we needed to fight the fire safely. And so we had ladder companies that were mutual aid companies that came from La Crosse and Onalaska, and engine companies that came from the town of Shelby and La Crescent Fire.
And then how are the folks doing this morning? That, the biggest fire that a lot of you guys have seen in this region or at all. Again, just how are they doing and how are they recovering from that?
Thank you for asking that. So I think everybody's tired, but I think we're in good spirits. I know that the firefighters from all agencies worked very hard. I heard some comments that people said they weren't physically as exhausted as they thought they would be, but they were just tired. It was a long day, 21 and a half hours of firefighting for some of them. And so I think they're just taking some time to get rested and get ready to go again.
And now, quick before I let you go, you mentioned no injuries, no fatalities. Your top priority was keeping your guys safe. With all of that in mind, would you deem yesterday a success?
I would deem it a success. Our priorities are always life safety, mitigating the incident, and then also conserve as much property as we can. And we were able to do that yesterday.
Perfect. Thank you so much for joining me to talk more about that. Well, Dustin, that's all the time I have. With that, I'll have to send it back to you.
All right, thank you, Crystal. And according to Chief Melby there, you heard it, 4 football fields worth of railway ties and 30-foot high mound of chips were burned in that fire, the cause of which is still under investigation.